Hello, dear friends. Welcome to you all in the very second day of mathematics period, mathematics class. Dear friends, in the bygone day, we had discussed relating to the very first unit of your compulsory mathematics. So, the remaining part of the mathematics we are going to discuss today. Dear friends, first of all, where I have written one chapter, one topic in here. Okay, in your book you may not find this chapter or the topic written, but it doesn't mean that it won't be included in your syllabus. So all the materials or the chapters or the course contents, whatever is necessary to you, will be discussed under this chapter. So operational relations of sets, what type of relation will be there in between the subsets and the sets as well as the universal set. So I am going to discuss today, and it's a very vital one, so be sensitive and serious while studying this chapter. So universal set you have already learned in class 6 also while being okay. Universal set is the biggest set among all. It has the more and maximum elements of any set in comparison to its own subsets. So it has branches under the system of universal set. Other subsets are prepared. So I have written another topic as subset. Subset has also two categories or two types. Okay, one is improper subset, another is proper subset. So by the help of one example, I am going to show you what do you mean by improper subset, what do you mean by proper subset under the universal set. So let's focus on one example. In an example, let's take set A as A, B, C, D and E. Only I have taken 5 elements. Okay, now set B, let's take another also as set B having elements as CD. Okay, just only CD. And then after, let's take another set P as C, D, E, F. Sorry, there is no F, that's why E, and then after A, B, comma, after each elements we need to keep. That's the rules of writing the elements of set inside listing method. So if you say in between these three sets, subsets, let's keep for this determining this whole information of this all three subsets an universal set. Let's keep one universal set as A, B, C, D. Of course, dear students, it must cross E. That's why let's go to E, F and G, up to G only. If we take more elements, it will be vague to write or to discuss. That's why I have kept only up to G. Now if you see, dear students, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's the biggest one, and it is also known as the superset. Dear students, universal set is also known as the superset, because power, superpower, set, superset. So like that, in order to denote the higher rank, we keep the super. That's why universal set is also known as the superset, as it has the maximum number of elements in comparison to the other subset containing in that subsets. So A set has A, B, C, D, E. B set has only 2 elements as C, D, and the P set has C, D, E, and this one is A, dear students, A, B. So these are the elements. So if we have to compare, okay, subset means these all are the subsets of universal set. But if you see to the B set, okay, B set has the elements C, D, which are contained in set A also and set P also. That's why this is a subset of A also, P also. But the relationship, if you want to find out in between the set A and B or A and P, let's see what happens. If you see the relations of A and B set, then what we get? All the elements of set B are included in set A. So this type of relation is known as proper subset relation. In order to be proper subset, then what did we get? We got that set B has all the elements which are included A, and there are no more elements than the set A. So in such case, B set is regarded as proper subset of A set, either or, even in P set of P set. So B set, B is the proper subset of A. We can write B as a proper subset of P, B as a proper subset of, B is the proper subset of universal set as well. And in this case, what we have to keep in mind is all the elements of B set should be included in A set. If so, then only we can write the proper subset relation. This is the symbol denoting to the proper subset. Here also, here also. And another thing we need to care, dear students, we find two things while looking at the proper subset. One is all the elements of the proper subset should contain in the its subset, and then after another one is number of elements containing in B set should be or must be less than the number of elements contained in P set, or less than the number of elements containing in A set, or another, no need to explain about this. Always it will happen that B set will have less number of elements in comparison to the universal set. So if such type of situations are found, let's see the elements number of elements contained in B set. How many are there? Of course, there are 2 elements. That means number of NB equals to number of, it means number of elements containing in B set equals to CD 1, 2. There are 2 numbers. And in case of P set, if you want to find out the number cardinally, then how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here are 5 elements. Again, if you want to see in set A, how many elements are there in set A? Number of elements contained in set A equals to again 5. Look at here. Number of elements in set B is less than the number of elements containing in set A. Similarly, number of elements contained in B set is less than number of elements contained in P set. That's why, and the elements of B set are included in A also, P also. That's why B set is known as the proper subset of A set as well as P set. Are you clear? Now let's go to improper subset. If you see the relation of A and P set, if you see the relationship in between the A and P set, look at, dear students, there are 5, cardinally there are 5 elements, and then after in P set also there are 5 elements, cardinally they are equal. And moreover that, if you want to see the elements containing in A set and then after elements containing in P set, look at here, although the position is altered, although the position is different or may differ, A is there, B also is there, okay, C is there, and D is there, and E is there. There are no more elements which are contained in set A in P set. In such cases, that type of subset have the relation of improper. They are known as to each other as improper subset. If cardinally there are equal number of elements and the elements contained in the both sets are also same at the time, that type of subsets are known as, the relationship in between the two such type of subset is known as improper subset. And this symbolically we write A is the proper subset of P, or you can write by reversing it as well. That means P is the proper subset of A. Dear friends, so this is the symbolical representation of proper subset. That's the relation in between the P set as well as A set. Once again, proper subset and improper subset. Subset has 2 categories. One is improper subset, another one is proper subset. In case of proper subset, the elements won't be equal to each other, but the elements of being proper subset are extracted from a set. That means B's elements are also found in P, but P's elements, all elements of P may not be found in B set. Similarly, B's all elements are found in A set, but A's all elements may not be found in B set. In such cases, that type of relationship is known as proper subset, and we denote by this sign U turning towards right. Okay, U sign turning, U letter turning towards right. That is the symbolical representation of proper subset. Now, if we go to improper subset, dear students, here is U sign turning towards the right. Along with this means what? Generally, we spell this one as minus, but it doesn't represent minus, but it represents equal. Cardinally also equal. That means similar elements, all the elements should be there. In the both sets, equal number of elements. That means when we count the number, how many members are there, elements are there, and how many elements are there or numbers are there. If we find cardinally also equal, and another, if we find same elements at the time, that type of situation is known as, the relationship in between the two such type of set is known as improper subset. So if we want to represent this information in Venn diagram, then what happens, dear students? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to erase this one, and I'm going to prepare here a Venn diagram so that you will understand more clearly what type of relation can be established inside the Venn diagram while representing proper subset as well as improper subset. So here is the rectangle along with the attachment of universal set. Now I'm going to prepare a set A. What happens in set A? If I prepare set A, let's keep the elements of set A. A, B, C, D, and E. A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D, comma, D I am going to write in here, dear students, so that it will be here. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, that much. A, B, C, D, E. Up to E, there are 5 elements. You can keep comma in here. Now, if you see, dear students, as it is the representation of set A, now if we want to make the Venn diagram or the circle of B set, then we are not allowed to use the extra outer area, because set B has the elements which are the elements of A as well. So C and D are already kept. Look at here, C and D are the elements of set B. So if we want to make the Venn diagram or the circle of B set, then we cannot make outside, we need to make inside in this way, or circle. Okay, circle. Then this is the B set. So that's the relation in between the set and the proper subset. B is the proper subset of A, means we found that, dear student, inside a Venn diagram, if a set is prepared or subset is prepared of a universal set, now the proper subset will be inside of the respective set. So this is the relation of proper subset and the subset. Now if you have to see the relations of improper subset, that means A and P are improper subsets because they have the equal number of elements as well as they have the same elements. So if you want to establish the relations in between A set and P set, what type of Venn diagram will be prepared? Let's see here the relationship of A and P set. So first of all, I am going to prepare A set. Let's keep the all elements of A set which are already mentioned in the question. So A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D, comma, and E. So the last one is E. Circle A is already prepared. Now let's see the position of P set. P also has the same elements, dear students, isn't it? So we are not allowed to make another circle because already there are all the elements containing in set A. So while preparing such type of improper subset, we don't need to prepare another circle. The same circle can be denoted as by giving option P, because they are equal to each other in both cases. One is they are equal by the same elements and they are equal by cardinally as well. That means numerically also, if we count the members containing in the both set, they are equal to each other. So A and P are improper subset, and while preparing a circle, one thing you need to keep in mind, dear students, that is a circle, two circles we are preparing, but no need to prepare another circle, because we need to feel that having same center, two circles are prepared concentrating each other, but as we don't need to show there, because the same circumference of the circle represents the another circle as well. Both circle has the same circumference, both circle have the same center. As a result, no need to show another P circle, because all elements of A are included in P. So that's all, dear students, regarding subsets, proper subset. So directly if we say then universal set has so many, from universal set we can make so many subsets, okay? And among those subsets also we have the two categories. One is proper subset, another one is improper subset, that you have just learned through Venn diagram as well as the listing method. So let's focus on other relationship, operational relations of the set. Now number third is union of set, dear students. You have learned in class 6 as well this one, union of set. If two sets are taken for the unity, in order to combine them in a summation form, at the time what one thing should be cured by us is the elements while presenting there in the listing method or any method, we should not repeat those elements, dear students. So if we are going to prepare the union of two sets, A and P, for A and B, for example, dear students, at the time what you have to do is we write A union B. It logically, if we say to this one, this is either A or B, either the information of A set or B set. It equals to, dear students, without repeating, if you want to combine the elements of both sets, then what will be A, B, C, D and E. We cannot repeat, dear students, we cannot repeat, and those elements which are contained in A set and B set, we combine together and we keep inside the curly bracket, giving after each a comma. So if you want to represent this one through Venn diagram, okay, let's prepare another Venn diagram of this A and B set, relationship of A and B set. This is A set, and as it is the proper subset of B is the proper subset of A, it will come under this B. Okay, now let's keep the elements C, D, and then after other remaining C and D already over. Now A, B, E. Okay, now A union B refers to the elements containing in A set as well as B set. But such type of situation, sometime you may not have. Let's take an example, okay, another example, dear students, to understand. That is the case of proper subset. So another overlapping set, let's see what happens in case of union while representing the elements of union of two sets, set A and set B. Dear students, I'm going to take another example. So 1, 2, let's keep here just only two elements so that it will be easier to you to understand. Now another, here I'm going to keep 3 and 4. And again this side I'm going to keep 5 and 6. Of course, universal set also should be there. It's a super set. That's why let's include other elements in here also, so that it will be easier to understand other parts of operational relations. Okay, union of set. If you want to see those elements which are containing in set A and set B, but dear friends, without repeating, these two elements are repeating, isn't it? They belong to set A as well as set B, but we are not allowed to repeat. So if you want to copy here as the A union B, then accept the elements of complement side, okay, A and B side. Those elements, if we keep, that is known as the the elements of A union B. So let's start writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, that much. So this is known as the A union B. Now if you want to see another one, union of set, you have already learned in class 6 also. So that much only. If you do not understand, later on we'll discuss about this. Now number 4, intersection, dear students. Intersections of sets. You have learned about this as well, dear students, but also I am revising so that it will be easier in the upcoming days to solve the questions regarding set. Those elements which are present in the common area in between the two sets. In between the two sets, here are the elements of set A as 1, 2, 3, 4. Set A has information as 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't be confused, dear students. Not only the 1 and 2 are the elements of set A, 3 and 4 are also the elements of set A. And similarly, dear students, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the elements of set B. They are common to each other. They are similar to both the sets. So these two, which are common elements in the both sets, they are known as the intersected elements. This place is the intersection. A intersection B we represent to this area. So A intersection B equals to, if you have to find out here, A intersection B. This sign is known as intersection, dear students. Symbolically, union is represented by upward turn U and intersection is represented by down turning U. So A intersection B equals to, if you have to find out, looking at this Venn diagram, then we need to represent 3 and 4. And similarly, from this Venn diagram, dear students, if we need to take out A intersection B, then what happens, dear students? A intersection B. What are the common elements in between A and B set? Of course, C and D. So let's keep here inside the curly bracket C and D. C and D are the common elements in between the two sets A and B. So this is the relations of intersection and union. Now let's focus on another one. The number 5th. The number 5th is, dear students, difference of set. Difference of set. Some people learn in the way of A minus B, but we cannot say so, dear students. It's not A minus B, but it's A difference B or B difference A. In that, we need to pronounce it in that way. So difference of set means, let's see in a Venn diagram what happens. Let's take another example. Why should we take the same example all the time? We can take another example. Let's see in Venn diagram. Set A, set B. Here is P, Q, R, here is S, here is T, here is U, here is B, okay, this is B, and here is W, okay, W. Dear students, difference of set represents the elements containing in only side, okay. This area belongs to A intersection B, I have already told, and this area belongs to, dear students, A difference B. So as per this, under this topic, you need to learn A difference B and B difference A. So what do you mean by A difference B? It means the elements containing in A set only. Do not forget to say only, okay. The elements containing in A represents these all P, Q, R, S, T. But the elements containing in P, A set only, if we say, then it represents P, Q, and R. So if you need to find out A difference B, dear students, what we have to do? We need to take out the elements of only side of A. That means curly bracket P, comma, Q, comma, and R. Close the curly bracket at last. Now similarly, if you have to take out the B difference A, curly bracket, you have understood now, dear students, isn't it? So of course U and B, these are the only elements of B. If you say that these are the peoples, and then after these are the people who like apple, and after these are the people who like banana, at the time P, Q, R, S, T, they like apple. S, T, U, V, they like banana. And S and T, if they get chance to have at the time, they may like both, dear students. They like both. S and T like both, but P, Q, and R want to have only apple. If they get banana, they do not want to take banana. Similarly, U and V refers to those people, to those two people who just like banana. If they get, even in free of cost, they don't want to take apple. And W means, dear students, as per the Venn diagram, W means, W is a person, okay, who never like apple as well as banana, although if it is free of cost. If it is free of cost, at the time also, this W won't like to have. It means he or she may want to have other fruits, dear students. So these are the difference of set. A difference B represents the number of people who like only apple, and B difference A represents the number of people who like to have only banana. And W, now it's the turn of W, dear students. The to W, what to write? Complements of set, dear students. That term, that member is should be written in the form of complement. Complements of set, that is another relation, dear students. Complements of set means accept the information, okay, accept the given information. So A union B complement, from this Venn diagram, if we need to take out the bar sign above the unity of the two sets, union of two sets, if we keep, that is the complement. So A union B, if you have to, if A union B complement, if you have to take out, then accept the elements of A union B, they come under the category of complement. It means, of course, W, there is W only. If there are more than one elements, then also we need to copy those elements. So this is the situation of complements. Now another extra one I am taking, okay, dear students. A complement, if question say to find out, then what will you do? Accept the elements containing in A set, okay. Look at the circle of A in the Venn diagram and find out, accept the elements containing in set A. That is known as A complement. So let's take out, if we hide the elements of A, dear students, P, Q, R, S, T, this will be hidden. Now what are remain? U, V, of course, dear students, do not forget this one also cannot be hidden. That's why U, V, and W. It means A complements represents U, V, W. Similarly, if you have to find out B complement, can you find out, dear students? B complement, if you have to find out, hide those elements which are containing in set B. Hide this element S, T, U, V. Then what are remain? P, Q, R, and W. So here will be P, Q, R, W. Okay, dear students, these are the contents of today. On the next day, you will be getting more information regarding the set. And once again, I want to repeat one sentence, dear students. Always while being in class of mathematics, you need to manage those materials which are necessary for you. For example, those study materials, copy, pen, book, pencil, eraser, cutter, other geometrical instruments, as well as calculator. Sometimes we also need the calculator, although in this chapter you don't need calculator. So in the upcoming days you will need the calculator. So thank you so much for having me, for attending my class. So, and another thing I want to say, dear students, if you are not able to watch your classes in live, you will have this recorded videos in Janata Television YouTube channel. So do not forget to watch from there as well. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you very much.